Hey y'all, Candace here from Little Steps Big Happy. I like to talk about health and fitness for moms. So today is part 11. I don't even have enough fingers for that. Part 11 of a 12-part series where I have been talking about common weight loss and healthy eating myths that make it a whole lot harder than it needs to be. These are things that I hear a lot of people say. I absolutely used to believe in the past that make it so much more difficult. Eating healthy, changing your diet, trying to lose weight has its own challenges. But when I believe these things, when I see other people kind of believing these things, it just makes it harder than it needs to be. When I let these things go, it absolutely got simpler, easier, more effective. I could finally start seeing some progress and results, which, hey, that's all we're after, right? So today is part 11, and today is all about this idea that once you lose the weight, you can eat whatever you want. So I really thought this was true in the past. I see a lot of people who think this, they kind of talk about it, and they'll say things like, oh, you're so small, you can eat whatever you want. Or, oh, you can afford the extra calories, or whatever. It's just kind of this idea that when you're small, you can eat what you want. You can afford to kind of go up or whatever. I don't know. It's almost like the extra weight that you would probably gain from eating this isn't going to hurt you any. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Here's the thing though, that's not true. Having lost the weight that I needed to, having got down to a size that I'm very happy with, I can absolutely tell you I cannot go back to my old way of eating. The fact of the matter is, whatever you do to lose the weight, you are going to have to do to keep the weight off. Your body is not designed that you can just eat whatever you want at a certain size. If that was true, nobody would ever gain weight. Think about it. If you could just eat whatever at a certain weight, you'd never gain any weight. Nobody would ever gain any weight, but that's not the case. When you continue to eat, poorly, you continue to eat foods that your body doesn't respond well. If you continue to overeat, you gain weight no matter what weight you are. So you can't just do whatever you want once you lose the weight. Whatever you do to get down there is what you're going to have to do to stay down there. I mean, I can tell you right now, anytime that I start kind of falling back into old eating patterns, anytime I start kind of being like, oh, whatever, I don't care, it doesn't matter, my weight starts to creep back up. And I have to check myself and be like, hey, FYI, this doesn't work for you. Eating that way is not worth the results that come later. I lived that life. I didn't like it. I wasn't happy. I wasn't healthy. I didn't feel good. There was a reason that I wanted to lose weight and kind of get in better shape. And so I have to stick with the healthy habits that I have done to get me here. I cannot eat whatever I want. That's not my life. Maybe there are some people running around out there who are just genetically blessed. They can eat whatever they want. Maybe they got super high metabolism, whatever. I don't know. I don't live that life. That is not how my body works. That is not something that I can do. So, and anybody who has gotten overweight and has had to lose weight, when you lose the weight, you cannot then eat whatever you want. Typically, people who do that, maybe they're super restrictive and then they decide, okay, well, now that I've lost weight, I can just have whatever I want. Those people are the ones who tend to put the weight back on. They kind of just okay, well, I can do what I want now. I'm small enough, I can afford it. But, those habits lead to weight gain. Maybe not immediately, but eventually. And so, that being the case, one of the things that I really, really wish that people would understand or that I could better communicate is that whatever habits you adopt, they need to be ones you're willing to do as long as you're willing for the weight to be off. I mean, if you're only losing weight, for a short period of time, I don't know, got a wedding to go to, whatever, you're like, hey, I just need to drop like 10 pounds real quick. Okay, that's cool. And if you don't care what happens after the fact, I mean, do whatever you want. But if you want to lose the weight and you want to keep it off and you actually really want to live a healthier lifestyle, you have to only commit to things you're willing to commit to long term. So, for example, if you are not willing to eat chicken and broccoli for the rest of your life, do not think that that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to do this to lose weight and then I can add in stuff later. No, because you have not learned how to manage regular food. So when you stop, take away the chicken and broccoli and start eating all the other junk, it's going to be kind of back where you are now. Maybe not immediately, but eventually you're going to get back there. You have to build in sustainable habits, things that you can do long term, which means in the beginning, it's going to be little changes, little changes. I started with little changes, and there was a voice in my mind that was like, is this enough? But it was like, you know what? This is what I can do right now. This is what I'm willing to commit to right now. This is what I can commit to forever. And then you're able to just build on that slowly. You start adding in a little bit, adding in a little bit more, and it gets there, kind of has this snowball effect, really. But it starts with sustainable habits. So, like for me, it is not sustainable to never eat desserts again. So I have planned them in. I started with, okay, we're only going to have one small treat a day. And then, okay, we're going to only have one small treat every other day. And then, okay, now where I'm at right now, it's like, hey, cookies and ice cream night twice a week. That's it. Now, I was not ready for that in the beginning. That was like, oh my God, that's all I can have. That was what my brain was saying. So it was like, okay, hey, you know what? We're just going to have one small treat a day. That's something I can stick with, something I can live with, and then we move on from there. But I can't now go back and be like, okay, well, I want to do one small treat a day, because at what my body is maintaining right now, that doesn't work for me. So you see, it has this gradual process. But now that I've lost, my weight, I can't just do whatever I want. That's not how my body works. It's not how most people's body works. So if you think that when you lose your weight, you can eat whatever you want, I'm sorry, that's not true. But if you decide that, hey, you know what, weight loss is important to me, I really want to live a healthy lifestyle, I want a good relationship with food, then, okay, start with small habits you can maintain. Don't deprive yourself, don't cut out everything. Small, sustainable, consistent habits you can keep up long term, and you'll slowly be able to build on those, and you'll be able to lose the weight, right? It works. I know in the early days, these small little habits, your brain is like, this is not good enough. This is not going to work. This is going to take forever. But I promise you, you would much rather start this slow, get the momentum, make it feel doable in the beginning, rather than cut everything out, lose the weight, and then have no idea how to eat healthy, no idea how to make something sustainable long term that lasts. I really in the beginning told myself, I'm going to do this slow, but I'm going to be able to keep doing it. And that has been so much better than times where I'm like, I'll cut out all my favorite stuff, and then I couldn't keep that up and the weight came back. So, okay, I got a little excited there. I'm sorry. Anyways, you cannot eat whatever you want when you lose the weight. You have to pick habits, pick healthy habits, lose weight in a way that you can maintain long term if you want the weight loss to stay. That's what I got. Oh, before I go, right now it's Black Friday weekend. My fitness motivation ebook is on sale. I'm very excited about it. It has got a ton of really good information. It is really good for anybody who is like, okay, I want to work out more. I know I should, but I can just never make myself do it. Or when I do it, I just can't stay consistent. I'm so hit or miss. I'm all over the place. I lack motivation. I just can't make myself do it. This is the book for you. I wrote this book wanting to help people who struggle to just keep showing up for themselves in this way on a regular basis, who just can't seem to make themselves do it. It's a lot of strategy, it's a lot of tips, it's perspective, it's just all kinds of information. I use the stuff that I teach in this book, I use this to train for a half marathon back when I hated doing cardio. I've used this to stay consistent with my workouts despite breaking my leg in January very badly. I had to have surgery. I couldn't walk on it for 8 weeks. The recovery has been stupid long, but I have been able to stay on top of my fitness that entire time using a lot of the things that I have kind of shared in this book. So if you were like, hey, I want to be somebody who exercises regularly and make that a part of my life, definitely check out the book. It's on sale right now. I even got a cool bonus 90-day fitness planner that I'm throwing in there if you buy this weekend. So it's super cool. Check it out if that's something you're interested in. And I hope y'all are doing well, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.